How do you improve your fitness as a footballer? What are the best exercises to do? And how many times a week should I be doing these exercises? In this video, I'll answer all of those questions. I will show you how to improve your fitness as a footballer so that you can be the fittest one on your team. But before we start, I want to let you know that I've created a free fitness guide that you can get with the link in the description below. The guide goes over important pieces of information that you need to know about football fitness. It will give you a sample schedule for in-season and off-season fitness. And it will give you the 10 best exercises that professionals use to get fit for football. All for free, so go ahead and check the link down in the description. Now, here's how to get football fit. You have to understand that football is a game of changing speed and direction constantly. If you always go out on a run for 2 to 3 miles and never train your speed and agility, change of direction speed, or work at different intensities and distances, then you won't improve as much as you would want on the pitch. Let's make this as simple as possible. If you are in season and trying to improve fitness, I would suggest doing a fitness session once or twice a week in addition to your team training. If you are in the off season, I would suggest doing a fitness session 2 to 3 times a week along with your other trainings. Here's a good layout of a fitness session. Number 1, dynamic warm up to ensure that your body is ready for the session and to prevent injuries. Number 2, fitness exercise, and this doesn't take that long. 15 to 20 minutes is more than enough. Number 3, you can then do some light technical work, dribbling, juggling, or shooting for 10 minutes. And number 4, then end with a good static stretch and get some good food and water in you. Now, there are 5 things that you need to know in order to progress your fitness and become the fittest one on your team. Number 1, frequency. We already talked about how many times you should be doing these fitness exercises depending on if you are in season or in the off season. But you don't want to do too much or too little because then you won't achieve the results you want. For example, if you are in the off season and you are doing fitness activities 3 days a week, I would suggest you take a rest day or a day with light activity in between each fitness day for recovery. You don't want to do too much and train 6 days a week with fitness and run your body to the ground. This is where injury comes in and can delay you even more when trying to reach your goals. Just pay attention to your body and be smart with the work that you put in. Sometimes rest is the best thing for your body. Number 2, intensity. Adjust the intensity based on your individual fitness level and goals. Focus on pushing yourself while maintaining proper form and technique. Let's take one of my exercises for example, the box-to-box fitness. In this exercise, you will start on the end line and jog to the 18. Then run all the way to the other 18. Once you have reached the 18, you will do a recovery jog to the end line. Then turn around and repeat for a total of 10 times. Each time you touch an end line, that is 1 rep. So an average rep range is 10 reps. If that is all you can do, then your goal would be to be able to get 15 reps after 3 or 4 weeks of fitness activities and training. For professional level fitness, you need to be able to get 20 reps, adjusting the intensity based on your current level and progress from there. Number 3, progression, which is what we just talked about in the previous point. Adjust the intensity based on your individual fitness levels and goals. Focus on pushing yourself while maintaining proper form and technique so that you can progress your fitness level throughout the weeks or months. Be sure to track your reps and times so you have something you can visually see and so you can try to beat those numbers week after week. Number 4, recovery. Arguably the most important piece in your training besides actually training. You have to ensure adequate rest, hydration, and nutrition to support recovery and prevent injuries. I've said it before and I'll say it again, good sleep, hydration, and good food makes up 99% of your recovery. Most players don't have a personal chef and eat clean every single meal with perfect foods. Just be smart about it, eat real foods with your main meals such as protein, carbs, vegetables, and fruit. Don't go home after a session and just eat a bag of chips. Just eat as clean as you possibly can. Focus on these along with dynamic stretching before a session and static stretching after a session and you will feel golden. The last point, number 5, flexibility. Feel free to modify the program based on personal preferences, available equipment, and specific training needs. If you don't have a field available to you at the moment and you only have a small space, you can do an exercise such as shuttle runs, which will help with constantly changing direction, sprint speed, and interval fitness. Work with what you have and try not to have any excuses. So these exercises are to be done alongside your trainings and match days if your goal is to improve your fitness. But be sure to be careful with your progressions. If you have never tried any of these exercises, or you are just starting to really focus on your fitness, then you will have to start slow. Otherwise, you will make your body so sore that you never want to run again and you won't ever become match fit. You will have to increase rest time and reduce the reps a little bit. Once you have been getting used to these exercises, then and only then can you progress to more difficult ways of performing the exercises, such as reducing rest time or completing more repetitions. Start slow and finish fast. That's it for the video. Please pay attention to the information in this video and the free fitness guide that you can get with the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. We'll get those answered. Keep following your dreams and become prolific.